Hey guys, Shukesh here. Today in this video, I'm gonna compare these two contenders to be the best phone of 2019. Of course, the phone on my right hand is the Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Plus, just launched, and it's like the gold standard of a flagship smartphone. I mean, it got everything right. The camera, battery, looks and style, the display quality, the power, everything is market leading, so you cannot really go wrong with this Samsung flagship. The only bar can be the price, which is 80,000 rupees in India, $1100 in US, and in that regard OnePlus 7 Pro comes into the picture with price tag of $669. But if you go for the top variant, that is with 12 gig of RAM, then the price goes to as high as $750, that is $350 less than the Samsung flagship. So the Note 10 Plus is about 47% costlier than the 7 Pro here. So is it really justified to go for the Note 10 Plus with that extra money? Let's find out. Now, these two phones are from two different worlds in terms of design. Whereas Note 10 Plus is kind of boxy, the OnePlus 7 Pro is slightly rounded at the corners. Most importantly, the camera on the Note 10 Plus is in a cutout, whereas OnePlus incorporates this motorized pop-up mechanism with life of 300,000 up-downs, which should not be a problem, but there is always a chance of breakage. But of course, a clean display without any distraction is always welcome. Now, despite packing a bigger battery, the Note 10 Plus is considerably slimmer at 7.9mm, whereas the 7 Pro is at 8.8mm. And also the Note 10 Plus retains the micro SD card compatibility, which is expandable up to 1TB. Though it uses the shared SIM slot, it is really nice to have this option. Considering the price and performance, OnePlus 7 Pro is in the flagship category, but one of the key aspects of being a flagship is a perfectly sealed body with water and dust resistance. Note 10 Plus is IP68 certified. OnePlus says that IP certification costs money, so to save the money, there is no certification, but when I am spending this much, I really expect proper IP certification before I take the phone to swimming. Now, one of the many things I really appreciate on this OnePlus 7 Pro is the alert slider. It's a 3-step switch for normal, vibrate and silent modes, and this is something every smartphone should have. I think I personally use this thing a lot. If you are coming from iOS, then you would definitely appreciate this. On the other hand, Note 10 Plus comes with Bixby, the proprietary voice assistant service by Samsung with a dedicated key, but it's mappable of course. Now, on my previous Note 9, I used to use this Bixby option so much for setting alarms, for quick notes, making calls, changing settings, and these Bixby routines are so much useful, so fun, so give it a try. Check my tips and tricks videos to know more about Bixby routines and other Samsung features. OnePlus's display is highly rounded at the corners, and it's taller in aspect ratio compared to Note 10 Plus's display, 19.5:9 versus 19:9. So though the display sizes are very close, 6.67 inches versus 6.8 inch, the screen of Note 10 Plus looks much bigger with better screen to body ratio, 91%. But the 90Hz refresh rate of OnePlus makes a huge impact on the user experience, and in the display department I would definitely go for OnePlus 7 Pro. The taller profile also helps in better grip. Now, there is one thing I really miss on my 7 Pro is the always on display. Both devices pack AMOLED displays, but for getting the ambient screen on the OnePlus, you need to either tap or pick up the device. Now, OnePlus packs comparatively older optical sensor for the fingerprint, whereas you get a more secure, more advanced ultrasonic sensor on the Note, which doesn't require the display to light up, and it works even when your finger is wet or dirty. But the optical sensor on the OnePlus works just fine for me, so it's not a big deal. Let's have a close look at the camera setup. Both comes with 3 cameras, but on the new generation Note there is a depth vision camera with 3D scanning capabilities. Using the wide angle camera and the 3D scanner, you can create 3D models of objects or maybe a person, and with AR you can bring it to life. It will mirror your movements and you can also 3D print the object. So how cool is that? This is something you can't definitely find on the OnePlus. So the main difference in between these two phones are the Note 10 Plus is a non-boring super smart smartphone. It not only excels in the hardware but also there is the software to enhance your day-to-day life. So let's repeat the question, are the software features enough to justify the extra price? I will come back with the answer later. Now, one of my biggest complaints on the OnePlus 7 Pro is that there is no 4K or 2K recording with the front-facing camera and not even 1080p 60 fps, it's only 30 fps. There are third-party apps that can help you get 60 fps videos, and also unlike Note 10 Plus there is no optical image stabilization on the front-facing camera. The wide angle lens is wider on the Note, and one of the biggest cons of 7 Pro is that there is no video option for the wide lens. Now regarding the zoom camera, well, I would go for OnePlus this time because 2x is not much. You can basically slightly get closer to the object, but 3x makes it dramatically close. And a great new feature on this new Note 10 Plus is the live focus video with the front and the rear cameras, which look quite interesting. If you are vlogging with a lot of people in the room, then you can blur other people's faces. Though it's nothing like a real bokeh, but still it's nice to have this feature on the new generation Note 10 Plus. The slow-mo capability on the Note 10 Plus is up to 960 fps compared to 480 fps on the OnePlus 7 Pro. Now the important fact about the camera resolution of OnePlus 7 Pro is the 48 megapixel shooting is possible only in the Pro mode, and the camera quality in the Pro mode is not as good as the normal 12 megapixel shooting. Check my camera review of OnePlus 7 Pro to know more. There is also zoom in mic to match the mic zoom to the camera zoom while recording videos. Now the big question is, which smartphone takes the better quality pictures and selfies? Let's find out. Now let's have a close look at this picture of me. These are taken with the rear cameras without any beauty mode or any portrait mode. Without even the portrait mode, there is natural bokeh on the OnePlus's sample, and if I zoom into the picture, it's clearly visible. Note 10 Plus takes slightly sharper images with great dynamic range. Look at my hair. But the high contrast picture from the OnePlus is not bad either. With the portrait mode on, OnePlus takes more natural picture. Though Note 10 Plus's bokeh is great, it's kind of artificial looking and the skin tone is highly airbrushed. You might like it, but I would go for the OnePlus this time. These pictures are taken with the main 12 megapixel cameras, and that's 2x optical zoom from Note 10 Plus versus 3x optical zoom on the 7 Pro. And of course, these two pictures are taken with the wide angle lenses. Note 10 Plus is visibly wider. In this picture, you can clearly notice the great dynamic range of Note 10 Plus, which is a big issue on the 7 Pro even after a couple of OTA updates. There are areas on OnePlus's sample overexposed and some areas are underexposed. Otherwise, the color recording, the sharpness of OnePlus is great, but definitely I would go for the Note 10 Plus in the rear camera department. Now let's switch to the front camera. Well, here is the sample, you can be the judge. I personally prefer the Note 10 Plus's sample. It's sharper, more detailed, better dynamic range, but it's up to you which one you prefer. These pictures are without any modes. In this picture, the overexposed area of the face is highly noticeable. In this picture, for some reason, OnePlus's sample is more balanced. In this picture, OnePlus maintains the skin tone. It's taken in low light, and I feel the indoor images from the OnePlus came out better than the Note 10 Plus. And most importantly, OnePlus's front camera is considerably wider than that of the Note 10 Plus. The One UI 1.5 on the Note 10 Plus is highly customized, feature-rich, user-centric, whereas the OxygenOS 9.5.11 on the OnePlus 7 Pro is almost raw Android without any compromise on the performance, and thanks to that, Certainly you will get Android Q faster on the OnePlus. Samsung usually takes around 3 to 6 months to roll out new Android versions. So with OnePlus you will be always up to date. You get 12 GB of RAM across all the variants of Note 10 Plus. There are two storage options, 256 GB and 512 GB, and of course the SD card slot supports up to 1 TB of storage. On the OnePlus 7 Pro as well, you get 12 GB RAM option along with 6 GB and 8 GB RAM variants, and the storage options are 128 GB, 256 GB and 512 GB. The Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Plus houses a 4300 mAh lithium-ion battery with up to 45-watt super fast charging support, along with USB power delivery 3.0, fast 15-watt wireless charging, and also reverse wireless charging up to 9-watt. On the other hand, you get a 4000 mAh lithium polymer battery inside the 7 Pro with warp charging 30-watt, but still no wireless charging, though the back panel is glass, so that's something not flagship category on the OnePlus 7 Pro. Now I did a very interesting battery charging as well as battery discharging speed test. I used the provided 25-watt fast charger, and the Note 10 Plus charged from 0 to 100% in 1 hour and 5 minutes compared to 1 hour and 25 minutes on the OnePlus 7 Pro. On the battery discharge speed test also, OnePlus 7 Pro loses to the Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Plus. The screen on time of OnePlus 7 Pro was about 7 hours and 41 minutes with heavy usage, whereas I got 7 hours and 42 minutes with 10% battery left on the Note 10 Plus. Maybe due to the vapor chamber, the exterior of Note 10 Plus overheats. Do check out my channel for these two videos to know more about the battery capabilities of these two smartphones here. Both Note 10 Plus and OnePlus 7 Pro pack Snapdragon 855 processor, but the Note 10 Plus I have with me right now is the Samsung Exynos 9825 variant. Both phones here are highly capable without any issues. The Note 10 Plus is yet to be released. I got an OTA update just yesterday which fixed some of the lagging issues I initially faced. I have already uploaded an in-depth speed test and RAM management comparison in between these two smartphones here. In the speed test, OnePlus 7 Pro did really well, though these two phones were neck and neck. In the gaming department, Note 10 Plus loses big time to the OnePlus 7 Pro. Do check out this video in my channel. And in the RAM management department, Samsung is always better than OnePlus, not only just because of the bigger RAM, but also OnePlus restricts the RAM usage. Last but not the least, the standout feature of the Note 10 Plus is the awesome S Pen. I mean, it's not just a stylus, you can control the smartphone from a distance. It can be your remote for media contents. For camera, you can take pictures, you can zoom in, zoom out, you can change modes, and with this remote you can secretly record voice or videos, and the list goes on. There are numerous add-on features that are associated with this S Pen you cannot find on any other smartphone in the world. If you are a Galaxy Note lover, then you know what I am talking about. Once you get used to the S Pen, you'd love your Note 10 Plus even more. Well, throughout the video, I have tried to justify the extra price you have to pay for the Samsung flagship, but still I think $350 is not worth the extra options and features on the Note 10 Plus. But again, if you are a Note fan and also if you have the money, then definitely go for the Note 10 Plus. It's better than OnePlus 7 Pro. May not be on the performance department, but on the software, the features, the camera, the looks and feel, the extra hardware, and of course don't forget the S Pen. So definitely in this comparison, Note 10 Plus is the winner, but as far as the price is concerned, it's wise to go for the OnePlus 7 Pro. That's all in this video, guys. I hope that it was informative, useful, it helped you decide which one you should go for. If you liked my effort in this video, then do consider subscribing to this channel. This is Shukesh signing off. Thanks a lot guys for watching.